Hey guys, welcome back to the Chinese CCG store. Today I have another market watch for you, and we're going to go ahead and announce the winner of the market watch contest. I'm going to try to move quickly through this so I don't hold too many people up that are trying to watch the market watch. But looks like I was the true winner with the swap frog. So I got 67% increase, but it went from 3 to 5. So I mean that was a pretty safe bet anyways. But Trey Miles, you're the contest winner. You're going to win the structure deck plus the chaos ruler. And then the runner-up is going to be Young Ancestor with Book of Moon, Ultimate Rare with a 7.59% increase. You're going to get a secret rare sales band. I'm sorry, I said Trey Miles, but I didn't say what you picked. You picked the Duelist Alliance secret rare, which was up 43% from $7 to $10. So congrats to the winner and the runner-up. If you guys will, I will put my email address, I guess, in the comments section. So just email me and then with your mailing address, and I'll get that sent to you shortly. But with that aside, let's go ahead and get into the market watch. There's not too much going on here today, but I figured we'd take a look at a few things. Someone did mention that they wanted to look at Evil Twins, which have been moving up, which I'm not really sure why, because Evil Twins are good and they are kind of like a fan favorite. I know that some people have tried to make them work with Splight, which is pretty decent, but not nearly as good as some of the other versions, namely the Diva stuff. But it's not bad. But I'm starting off here with Trouble Sunny at 340, which is ridiculous. It's pretty much bought out. Evil Twin key skill is 105 going up to 110. Really expensive for this card. It traditionally has been around 70 or 75, but market price showing at 93. Leela collector's rare is going for 70. I think bottoming out towards 75 for near mint. For whatever reason, people just prefer the pink one. I guess it's just aesthetics mostly, because you do play both of them no matter what. So then the Evil Twin, Kill, and Leela collector rare is going for $70 near mint. Wow, that's crazy. This was really cheap, showing market price at 51. And then the Kill, just regular ultra rare, is $32 roughly, going up to 33. If you are holding on to this core, I would probably just sell it, because it's only a matter of time before we get a reprint. We're going on almost 2 years, I guess, since this has been out, and they have reprinted the Drytron stuff for the most part already, except for the high-end stuff like Nova and Meteonis, but that's because that's was the only value in this set at that point. But now that these are starting to get some value, I don't know, maybe they'll reprint them. They probably were just waiting for these to be a more juicier reprint than they were before. Leela, $21. Again, I would be selling these, unless you plan on playing them. There's just no reason to hold them at these prices. Kill and Leela ultra rare is $9, going up to 10 here. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Just get rid of them. We'll see if there's anything else going on. Trouble Sunny is $7.50. I knew, or going up to $9. I should have picked these up when these were $1.50. And I almost did several times. It's just I don't know. I wasn't in a rush to get it. I figured I might as well wait and see if it got a upgrade in the Mega 10s, like a prismatic upgrade. But sometimes you sleep on cards, is what happens. But that's really it for Evil Twins. But yeah, if you were wanting to pick this deck up, it's kind of too late. It's just really not worth the price point that you're going to be paying. Next is Super Poly from the Ultimate Rare from OTS Pack 14. Right when Despy was getting hyped, this card had gone up towards 165, and I sold I had 2 copies of it that I sold, but now it is $88 again, which is lower than it was where it has been in a long time. So if you're waiting to grab these, or you sold yours during the spike and you wanted to pick yours back up at some point, now is not a bad time. I mean, you could probably wait and it would maybe go down to 75 at lowest, but I mean, I think this is a pretty fair price to get it at. But yeah, just crazy to see this card so low again. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, Instant Fusion from Astral Pack 8. So I've been watching these, and if you look over the last year, they've just really come from about $2 up to around $4. These have calmed down a little bit from 4. They're like 3 for light plate unlimited, which is really good. And then going up to 370 for near mint. I do have one of these personally. I think that this is a great copy to have if you're not going to go for like one of the higher rarities, like the ultimate rare, or I think it has a secret rare. We'll look actually real quick. I do know the ultra rares are like $10, but honestly, I would rather just have the Astral Pack supers. But I'm also just a big fan of like Astral Pack and OTS supers. Okay, so ultimate rare 126, so it's down recently. Dual terminal, it's kind of like $10 market price here. I think maybe a little bit more expensive for near mint. I have one of these as well, and it looks okay, but still, I'm probably just gonna sell this. I keep meaning to list it up, but we'll get around to it one day. Ultra rares, like $6 to $10. I guess it's up to you. I would make sure that you have 1 or 2 copies of Instant Fusion in general. But yeah, the Astral Pack I think is probably the best deal for what you're getting, because I mean the next cheapest holo would be the super rare from Fusion Enforcer starting off at $2. So I mean it's only like $1 cheaper. But up to you. I mean there's plenty of good versions here to pick from. Okay, I'm gonna actually refresh this because this one was on kind of buyout status yesterday. I loaded these in last night, so for the most part things should be the same, but you never know. Okay, so lightly played first edition 17, near mint 20, and there's only 15 listings left. This card, if I remember right, was for the secret rare. Like you can get like a first edition not long ago for like $13, and we'll actually look and see. I mean, yeah, like back here in February, $12, you know, 13 in May, dipping down to 14 in June. So I mean, this is a recent price spike. If you know what this is about, let me know in the comment section, because I honestly have no idea why this card would be going up right now. But even the ultra rare is like 10, $11, which is crazy to me. If you have the ultra rares, I'd probably sell them. I'm gonna hold on to my secret rare just because I bought it for 30 and I just refuse to sell it for less than I paid. I'm just stubborn like that. But I actually do like the card and the artwork. And at this point, if I was going to buy one or the other, I would definitely just get the secret rare because it's like $5 more. I'm going to move 1 second. I got these stupid pop-ups. All right, those are gone. All right, so next is I wanted to take a look at Orcust and see what prices are doing here. I really do think this is going to be one of those archetypes that's just going to sit really cheap for a while. And then whenever there's any kind of support announced, it's just going to go to the moon, because I mean everybody loves Orcust as far as I know. I mean everybody that I talk to, or everybody that knows that plays Yu-Gi-Oh, at least competitively, like is a big fan of this archetype. It's just not really that playable right now. It was pretty playable actually not long ago when we had Verte and Anaconda. But now that Verte's gone, there's just not like a lot of plays other than just doing like pure Orcust plays. I mean, you can set up like an Apollosa and stuff, but I mean, it's just not strong enough right now. But Galatea, 24 listings, $77 to $79 here. Not bad, honestly. This is my favorite. I think my favorite OTS ultimate rare like ever. Just the foiling and everything looked really, really good. Din Girsu is one of my least favorite though, because I do love Din Girsu, but they just didn't really make it pop that well. Like the foiling is kind of flat. It's just not the best looking ultimate rare they've come out with. But it's around $50, which I think is fair for this card. It still looks okay, don't get me wrong, but it's just not one of the best looking ones. Gear C at $11, $12. You can pick up the ultra rares for 70 cents. So if you wanted to go that route, you could do that. Definitely the secret rares look amazing though, and Eternity Code is kind of like Rise of the Duelist, where it's just kind of hard to come by. But up to you if you wanted to invest in this archetype. If you wanted to build like a cheap core though, you could build this core for ridiculously cheap if you weren't going for like the high rarity stuff. Other than Din Girsu, which is just kind of expensive. $8.50 here, going up towards like $9, which is up in price. These have always kind of hovered between like $5 to $7, so it's kind of moving a little bit. And then Dual Overload at $8. Harpoor at $4.50. This was really cheap, like $1.50 to $2, like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. But ever since people started like hyping it up for the banlist season, or like especially after this last banlist where this got like bought up towards like $8 maybe, it just hasn't really settled all the way back down, and it probably won't. Orchestrated Return. This is like such a good penny stock because this card was like the solo print for like a long time, and it was like $30, 30, 35. And I wasn't even around when actually I guess I was around when Soul Fusion was here. I just wasn't a competitive player yet, so I didn't really know that much about Orcus. But yeah, $2 is crazy for this card. I would pick some of those up if you're interested in this deck. Orcus Nightmare, $2. I have seen this card go like 5 or 6 like in the last year or so. It's just kind of based around the ban list, really. Symbol Skeleton, like around $1.30, good as well. Like I said, if you're gonna pick up this deck, I would try to get like high rarity if you can, or if you just want to play it like and go like a budget option, I would still try to get these like OTS super rares just because I think it's worth it at the price points that they're at now. Because I mean, by the time you pay shipping and stuff on the rares, they're not going to be that much cheaper. Orchestrated Return for the ultra rare, 40 cents, going up to 60 cents here. It's not bad either, but I mean, I just think it's worth the extra money to get the secret rare. I personally have both. Let's see. I think this is honestly the best penny stock out of I mean, I've talked about this a bunch, but Galatea doesn't have another reprint other than the ultimate rare. So it's your only options are like basically an $80 ultimate rare or super rare. So if this starts seeing play, I mean, from 50 cents, it basically has nowhere to go but up. If it does start seeing play, I'd imagine this be like a $3 to $5 card. Unless it's like going to be a tier 1 deck, then it would be like very expensive until it got a reprint. Babel, again, like 50 cents is such a steal for this OTS super rare. And Gearsu's, like I said, are still like 70 cents, which is very fair. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is just pennies, basically. Okay, so Fairy Tale Snow from OTS Tournament Pack 5, super rare. So this got a big price spike when we didn't have the reprint that we currently have now in the OTS pack. And it went up to like $32. And I had 2 copies of this that I think I bought for like 10 to 14 each, somewhere in between there. And I sold one and I still have one, but now it's like 15 bucks, going up to 16 here for near mint. If you have these, I wouldn't hold on to extra copies really. I would just keep one if you want to play with it, or sell both and just get a common. But I do think that we'll probably end up seeing this printed as a holo somewhere. I just don't think it's worth holding on to extra copies of this at this point. This could show up as a collector's rare or anything else, so I don't know. I would just get rid of it if I were you. I am going to keep mine, just 1 copy though, but I wouldn't hold more than 1. So next is Destrudo. So I talked about this when it was towards, I guess, $3, 3 and some change recently. I mean, we do have this back from the ban list, but I've noticed that it is starting to creep back up. I mean, it doesn't take many sales till we're at $6 again. But it's just something I recommend you have because it's just a free tuner on the field. I mean, like not free, you have to pay half your life points, but I don't think anybody's really concerned about paying life points at this point. Whenever I draw this card or, have this card sent to the graveyard when I'm playing synchro decks, it's just really, really good. Up to you though. I don't think it's going to go like over $10 anytime soon, but if you wanted to have this card, I don't think it's going to get much cheaper. Okay, so next is Supreme King Dragon Darkworm from Battles of Legend Relentless Revenge. This does have a common reprint, but this card, I've seen it pretty much stay between like $8 to $10 for a while, like for the last year, maybe 7 to 10, but now it's down towards 5. If you have these, I would hold on to them. And if you want to pick them up, I think now's a good time to get them while they're kind of cheap. There's a couple problems with this card. One, like pendulums just aren't very good right now. And it's also not going to be generic for every pendulum strategy. So there's that as well. But if like the decks that do play this are going to be playing multiple copies of this, and if it ever becomes a decent strategy, it'll go up in price. But even if it doesn't, I think if we can look back on the chart here, it kind of just goes up no matter what. I mean, the low point was 524, maybe a little bit lower here, around $5 over the last year. So that means we're kind of at the low point now. The market price is still showing around $9, but just something to keep your eye on because it's kind of bottomed out in price here, with the whole market kind of flipping on its head. Just something to keep your eye on. Okay, Gizmek Uka. So I wanted to talk about this because if you look at the price here, it's like $1.50, going towards $2, I guess even $3. I do have a play set of these myself, and this was really good when I was playing kind of like synchro spam, where I'm going like Halka Fibrax into you know, any tuner from my deck, because if this is in your hand, you can special summon it, and then you get an additional special summon as long as the attack equals its own defense, which I think you can get a despot off of that. So you can basically make like a free level 8 synchro monster if you have this in your hand and you're going into a Hawk play, which is really good. But besides that, I know there is some levels. This is a level 7, and I know there is some level 7 support coming. I don't know if this would be able to fit into there, because you would need to be able to special summon from the deck. Otherwise, you're just relying on your opponent, which is not good at all. But just something to keep your eye on. It only has one common reprint, I think, from a structure deck, but I don't think it's gonna get much cheaper than this. The card looks amazing too, by the way, and it does do burn damage. So if you're a burn damage player, it's something that you might want to look at as well. Okay, next, I wanted to take a look at Nimble Beaver. For whatever reason, this card's bought out. It is a level 2, and it's kind of it's a water monster as well, and it's kind of cute if you think about it. I'll read the effect, but it's definitely Splight hype. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 3 or lower Nimble monster from your deck graveyard. So it's essentially just Diva. I mean, I just don't know why you wouldn't play Diva, but I mean, I guess I get it, sort of. But $3 for the Megaton and $3 on the Egyptian God structure deck. If you have these in your bulk, I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, you also have a Circuit Break comment as well. It's around $3. Go dig these out of your bulk and start selling them, because I just don't think they're going to go up much from here, because I don't think people really decide to play this card over Diva. But it's completely up to you. Do whatever you want. I'm going to go dig these out, because I know I've opened a bunch of 2018 Megatons and Circuit Break, so I know I'm going to have these laying around somewhere. Freezing Chain. So I wanted to talk about this because I never thought this deck would go above 10 or $11, which is still around $12, so not too much of a price spike here. But Ronin Totems are, you know, $6 now because of Splight, of course. And then also you have Dupe Frogs in here that are $2, but there's, you know, it's $1 shipping as well, which almost pays for the whole deck. But other than that, there's nothing else like really in here. It would be nice if there was like some kind of generic card in here other than those two that could help it float. Like if it would have had like a Dark Ruler or something, then I would be buying these structure decks. But if you have these, you bought these structure decks and you don't really want them, or you traded for them, whatever, I would just get rid of them. But yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say about that. I mean, if you wanted to buy them at MSRP, like $10 at the store, whatever, I mean, you can basically get the structure deck for $10, just flip the 2 toads and make your money back essentially, and then keep everything else for free. I just don't know why you'd really want to, because everything else is not really worth anything in here. Megatons. So I wanted to take a quick look through here, the 2020 Megatons, and see if anything's going on. But Red Eyes Dark Dragoon around $55, $60. I'm probably going to sell mine. I keep meaning to list that as well, but I just haven't for whatever reason. Warlord Savage around $30, especially if you're going to get a near mint. It does look good. I used to have this version of the card. I did end up selling it to get the original version, just because, I don't know, it's Savage Strike. I just really wanted the first edition one from Savage Strike. Appaloosa around $19. This card's just slowly but steadily gone up in price over the last couple of years. It started off at like $12, and then I think after we got the reprint, it was down to like $6 to $7 at one point, because we had another reprint in the maximum gold that year. Masquerade, 10, $11. We do have the gold reprints, but honestly, not a bad buy, because this version looks so good. I'm always going to keep mine. Mystic Minds, I'm not talking about. Yeah, these are still like $9. I did a giveaway on one of these, and I think when I did the giveaway, it was like $5 or $6. But yeah, if you don't want it anymore, now you know it's $10, so you can sell it if you'd like. Extravagance at $7, such a underrated buy there. that's just really, really strong. I just think that extravagance is really, really good. Of course, it's got to be for only certain decks, and kind of the problem is right now, not a lot of decks can utilize extravagance, other than namely like Flunderies. Trying to think of anything else can. Not like Altergeist for sure, yeah, but not too much. I guess Eldlik too, but I don't know what they play. They probably play Prosperity. But if you're playing Flunderies, it's a good budget option instead of getting the Prosperity, especially since we'll probably see a Prosperity reprint in the Megatins. Unchained Abomination, $5. It's interesting seeing a lot of these like dollar cards that were dollar cards at the time, up so much in price. Witch's Strike, $4. This was also like 50 cents. Sign Up Mining's $3, pretty good price. This card has never really been under like $2, $3. It's kind of always just been around the same price, between 2 and 5. Harvester, interesting. All these Abomination cards. Guard Dragons, I think Pisty's banned. Or I know LP is, but I don't know if Pisty is or not. Fusion Destiny, I cannot believe these are 3. Honestly, picking them up for 3 is probably not too bad here. Because again, like hero players are going to play this, and it's just going to like get bought out, or not bought out, but it's going to slowly move up in value over time. Same with the Ultimate Rare. I'm still looking to pick up an Ultimate Rare. I might pick it up tomorrow. We'll see, because there is the 10% bonus packs. I know I have one of these too, but I wouldn't sell it for 3. If you wanted one of these, they're back down towards like 4. This was bought out at one point. I honestly just don't think Redoer is that good. I don't really get the whole hype around it. There's a lot better level 4s to play, or rank 4s rather. Rage. I wanted to see what Crackdown was going for, but oh, interesting. Wins are up to 2. I do think, like, I will say this, I'm not going to look at 2021, but I would make sure you get all the ultra rare Charmer, like extra deck monsters that you can get like from the 2021 tins, because they're really cheap, like 20 cents or something. And they will go up over time for sure as well. Striker Dragon. I probably need to order some of these as well. I guess it's limited to 1, so I probably only need 1. But sometimes I like to play like dragon strategies, not like a pure Dragon Link build, but like using like a dragon package. And I mean, I don't really take it anywhere. I just kind of like to build decks and do test hands. Safer, $1.32. That's pretty cheap. This was, I think, like $7 or $8 at one point. But then of course we just got the common reprint. It's a decent penny stock as well. Neos Fusion, I mean, it would have been a good buy if we had Verte Anaconda because of the structure that we have coming out for Crystal Beast, but I don't know if people are going to even try to play the Neos cards in there at this point. All right, slowly but surely making it to Crackdown, because that was really what I wanted to cover. Ended up going past a lot more cards than I was hoping. All right, Crackdown. Phantasme is at $1, really good as well. But honestly, just go pick up the ultra rares. Okay, so Crackdown from the 2020-10s. So this is a Prismatic Secret Rare. Around $1 here. And you got 4 copies. I would come scoop those up because it does go to $2 afterwards, but in a slower format, this card's king. Like, it's so good. When I was playing Altergeist like a couple years ago, I was playing Crackdown at the time, and overperformer, honestly, especially if you draw like 2 of these, people just rage quit like in your opening hand. It's pretty funny. But that's all the cards I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody that participated in the Market Watch contest. I know a lot of people kind of lost a lot of value on their picks, but it's not really your fault. Just the market's kind of crazy right now, and stocks and everything. So for the people that did, gain some value in their cards, you probably just got lucky, even though they were good picks. But yeah, I guess we'll probably do another one of those at some point. I guess usually like once or twice a year we'll do them. But we'll do some other giveaways soon that are not like so long. I feel like the only bad thing about the contest that we did is like you have to wait for months for people to figure out if they won or not. But that's gonna be all. Thanks, guys. I will catch you next time. Bye.